What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Andy's Vintage Guitars. I'm Andy and I am speechless today. This is just too much. I can't take it anymore. What is this? This is a 1966 precision bass, and it still has all the features as the pre-CBS. It is in great condition. It's been played. You can see a little bit of darkening of the neck. They nitro finish, and so they tend to get a little darker, but this is nothing. I mean, this bass is nearly 60 years old, and yeah. So there's a few things that, you know, differ this bass from a pre-CBS, and one of them, of course, is it has an Indian rosewood fretboard, where the pre-CBS used the Brazilian, which can't be used anymore, and that's another reason behind the, you know, huge price tag on those early ones. But the sound, the feel, it's there. The bass, the nitro finish, this beautiful glossy taut guard. It's just, you know, this is it. It's an early F. Before that, the L series, the end of the L series, they started with an F, and they start from the 1, and that's it. You can see it right there. And then it's got this really yellow sunburst, which you only find in 1966. That's something about the 66. I've seen jazz basses as well with this really strong yellow finish, and I've heard stories. And you cannot see the grain. This is true. You cannot see the grain. So I've heard stories that these basses actually have like a thick coat of white and like a sort of a fake grain painted, and then nitro finished on top with the 3-color sunburst. Yeah, I can't really see any grain on this, so this must be one of those. And then when I inspected this instrument, it actually says ES, and it's engraved in here. And that's another thing that happened with the 1966. So it's got those dome knobs, which are typical of the era. It's got the covers, it's got the groove settles. You can't see it. I don't know if I can zoom it in, but you know. And then of course it's got the covers, it's got the split coil pickup, it's got this beautiful, as I said, taut guard. It's got the tug and not the thumb rest. The frets are already bigger than the pre-CBS. In pre-CBS we have very small fret wire, where, you know, it started to get a little bigger here. Still have a beautiful bone nut. The neck is one of those C-shape. You know, 64 is the year for this C-shape that everyone's rave about it. And it's got the reverse closed-zone tuners, and it does have one of the newish logo. The story behind this logo is pretty cool. So Fender used the spaghetti logo from the 40s, you know, to 1964. And then because the jazz bass came out, and you know, there's more models coming out, the jazz bass had a different Fender logo, and they wanted to do something similar. So they changed this on the P bass. So from the spaghetti we move on to this, which is a lot more similar to the jazz bass one, and even on Stratocasters and guitars it goes that way. So we're moving to this one. What else? Really, that's about it. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is cool. You can see at the back of this bass 2 lines here, and they're kind of like a stain. And when I got it, I had to pick my brain a little, but then I figured out what this is. So in the early days, it wasn't cool to have your set list laying on the ground or something, because it wasn't professional at all. A lot of musicians don't want you to have a look at chord charts or stuff like that. Not happening, all right? So they hide them behind the instrument. And I've seen a lot, I actually seen a lot of guitars and basses where this happened, and the you know, last gig, and then the bass goes in the case for years because the guy's not playing any longer, or who knows. And then the ink actually marks, and you get like a sort of a stamp, you know, of the set list at the back of it. So I have seen one that actually had all the letters on it. So I had the set list on the back of it. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so you can see this is tape marks from what appears to be a set list that's been sitting here for long enough, you know, that the tape marked it. But yeah, that's it. It's beautiful, it's in remarkable condition, and it sounds amazing, and now you gotta hear it. Guys, and that's it from Andy and a 1966 precision bass. This is absolutely phenomenal, and you can find it listed on my website www.andysvintageguitar.com, and you'll find it on Reverb as well. And as usual, thank you so much for coming back and taking the time to check the content, you listen to these beautiful instruments. And if you haven't subscribed, share it, like it, and I'll see you next time.